And, well, here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, censorship is now part of your life. They've done it, they coordinate it, and they've done it. Parler, Amazon, shut their service down over the weekend 100%. Parler is down. They have to find new service. Could take weeks. This is a major operation. Amazon just decided they didn't want their business. They took them down. Nice. So now there's no Parler. Twitter takes down President Trump's Twitter account in perpetuity. Gone. The POTUS account from the government took that down. Gone. His Facebook account took that down. Gone. And now they're going after everybody else. And so this is the new world that we live in. And it's frightening because the power that these oligarchs have over the method of communication is absolutely beyond the pale. And if you think it's not going to happen to you, you're next. You know, a lot of people that are never Trumpers are all over Facebook saying, wow, isn't this great? We got rid of Trump. We got rid of his supporters. We got rid of this one. We got rid of that one. Here's what they don't realize. They're next. This is why this is absolutely critical. They're next. But you know what? We're going to fight it. We're going to find new platforms, and we're going to fight it. I've got an app. Maybe they'll shut that down. I don't know. But here's what they can't shut down, folks. They can't shut down every website. If my app goes, I don't think it will. We've done nothing wrong, but that doesn't matter. If my app goes, you just go to johnfredericksradio.com, and you hit Listen Live. We existed without the app. My app was down for, what, Kara, 6 months? Nothing to do with censorship. It's just company went out of business and took me 6 months to get it back up. We survived. Okay, we're all going to survive. Here's the other thing. My strategy to buy the radio stations 3 years ago, and my wife and I saw this coming. Therefore, unless they revoke my license, I'm going to keep buying them. I'm going to keep going in debt and buying the stations. You know why? Because I don't care. Because I know we're going to be successful. Because you can't be silenced. They want you to be silenced. I mean, the level of censorship that is out there right now is absolutely incredible. And it should send a chill up everybody's spine. You know, right now, they want to take what happened on that fateful day on Wednesday, where the whole thing got out of hand, and a handful of riotous people, whether they were Antifa, Trump supporters, or whoever they were, never should have done that. But they did, and it is what it is. Now they're going to bludgeon you over the head. There were 1 million people at that march, and we're talking about less than a tenth of percent. But that's all it takes. Now they're going to bludgeon you with that. Now they want to impeach Trump. The real reason they want to impeach him, ladies and gentlemen, has nothing to do with him serving 12 days. The reason they want to impeach the president is so that he can't run for president again, because they know he's got 75 million active supporters. Here's another thing. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We will find new means of communication. And you know what? This was all prepared in advance. Not the Wednesday incident, the shutdown, the oligarchs, the censorship. They all prepared this in advance. They were all waiting for the opportunity to do this, and it was all coordinated. And you know when it started? When David Perdue conceded to John Ossoff. It started the next hour, because then they knew the Democrats were in control of the Senate and nothing had happened to them. And they act as their army. They act as their voice. So the minute that happened and they had control of the committees, boom, this started. But do not despair. Do not despair. I have a very positive message today. We have 70 million Trump voters. He got 75 million, probably 5 million are not really Trump supporters. They didn't like Biden, held their nose. You got 70 million Trump supporters. We have a huge disposable income. And what the left is accustomed to doing is frightening businesses into shutting everybody down, like they did with Drew Brees. Shame them. But here's the thing. We got 70 million voters. 70 million. And I keep saying this, we have speed and we have numbers. And it happened to a donut shop in Chesapeake, and I've got that owner on today at 7:35, where they Black Lives Matter called her up. They shamed her on Facebook. They tried to shut her down because her husband went to a rally and had a Trump flag. And you know what? She's got more line. People were driving hours to buy donuts there, and I'm going to have her on my show today at 7:35. This is the way you fight back. Personally, I will never do business again with any company that buys into this censorship or is part of this. Never. And if we all do that, we're going to have a parallel economy we have enough money and enough jobs and enough businesses to do business with each other. Walmart, I'll never shop there again. I will never go there again. Never. I'll bring my business to small businesses. I'll go to Home Depot. I'll go to Lowe's. They're not part of this. I'll go to Ace Hardware. I got to buy a refrigerator for the office and finally authorized it. Carrie, you happy? It's only been 2 years. Don't despair. This was all prepared. Now we have to fight back. We have to fight back. And you fight back with your dollars and by voting and by getting involved. This is a temporary setback, folks. We're woke. You can't be intimidated. I mean, the fact that they're targeting like people that voted for Trump or something, I mean, this is insanity. This is insanity. It's such a tiny percentage of people had anything to do with that thing on Wednesday. Many of us condemned. I condemned it. I condemned it as it was happening. I condemned it when they were climbing the scaffolding. I said, you can't condone this. It was stupid. And I don't want anything to do with that. But I tell you what, you got to fight back with your dollars. So do not despair. We will get through this. Amanda Chase, state senator, running for governor. Now, I don't agree with everything Amanda says in Virginia. I don't agree with everything Amanda says. I don't condone everything Amanda does. She says some really crazy stuff. But Facebook banned her and Twitter banned her for 60 days, which is the entire General Assembly session. And now they're trying to kick her out of the Senate because of what she said on Facebook. I don't agree with what she said, but here's what I will fight for. Her right to say it. You start censoring candidates because you don't like what they say? Where do we go now? We can only have candidates saying approved things? I mean, they showed her Facebook page now. She has 150,000 Facebook followers. The John Fredericks Show lost 8,000 Twitter followers in 3 days. I went from 38 to 30 in 3 days. What happened to them? Well, some of them just abandoned Twitter. Probably half just said, I'm out. Canceled their Twitter accounts. The other half, Twitter canceled. I had people calling me up. They tried to get into their Twitter account. It was deleted. It was gone. It was banned. And they were told they violated policy. They had no idea what policy they violated. They're just randomly going in now and shutting you down. Then they go to Parler. I mean, I got 23,000 followers on Parler. Now they're trying to shut that down. Apple just shut them down. Google Play shut them down because they're competition. And now Amazon took them off their servers. I mean, this is censorship. If this doesn't send, you know what? If you're a Democrat right now, you might think this is like rah-rah until it happens to you. Look, this is a new beginning. This is a new beginning, and we have to fight. We have to stick together and help each other and fight. Just like we did with Mary Jane's Donut Shop. Just like we're going to do. And I'm going to keep buying local radio stations in whatever market I please. And we're going to get the sponsorships to make them viable. And they can't shut those down. Because that's what you have to do. You have to fight back. You don't tuck tail now and run away. You know how many times we've been through this? The left contacts advertisers of various companies and tries to do a boycott. You know how long we've been through this? It's such an old playbook. Now we stick together like Goya. Goya sales are through the roof. Every time I go to the store now, every time I go shopping when I'm on the road to buy stuff, I buy a Goya something and give it away every single time. I don't care what it is. I don't eat Goya. I don't even know what it is. I just says Goya. I buy 2 of them and give them away. That's one example. We have the resources to stick together. And we got to get through 2 years, and then after 2 years, they're going to get crushed. And we're going to sweep them out of power, including Raphael Warnock, who's up in 2 years in Georgia.